Hello children, I am back with the second part of this chapter and I told you that I will be telling you what happens next in the chapter. But before that, let us recall what happened in the previous video. In that I told you that how the narrator found a roll top desk and inside the secret drawer he found a letter and it was written by Jim McPherson, in which he had written about the Christmas celebrations which was taking place between the German soldiers and the British soldiers. So let us now continue the chapter. Now when both the armies came into the no man's land, the officers, that is Hans Wolf from the German side and Jim McPherson from the British side, they both started talking to each other like friends. They started talking about their hobbies, they started talking about their professions. And professions, you must be thinking that why professions, they are soldiers. But no, they were not soldiers, because Hans Wolf told that he had come from Dusseldorf and he used to play cello in the orchestra, whereas Jim McPherson, he was a school teacher in Dorset. Now how is it possible that one is a teacher, another one plays cello in the orchestra, and they are fighting in the army? It was like, children, what happened at that time, it was mandatory for them to take part in the war. The civilians also had to take part in the war during those days. So here Jim McPherson comes to know that Hans Wolf knows a lot about Dorset, because he was having a hobby of reading different books and he came to know about Dorset from it. Now both the camps, the soldiers of both the camps were enjoying themselves, and then suddenly someone came up with a plan of playing football. They assembled their one side, they made a goal post and other side also, and then they started playing the game. And while they were playing, at that time Hans Wolf commented that how nice it would have been if every conflict in the world could be solved through a match or a sport or a game, because nobody dies in a football match, or no wives become widow, no the children become orphan, there is no bloodshed. So it is better to settle disputes or conflicts by games or sports. This was his suggestion. Okay, because nobody wants to fight a war, because it brings a lot of bloodshed. But still different countries, they come up with wars, God knows why. So what happens next, we will see. Now what happens, as the match came, they played the match and then the match came to an end, and now it was the time for them to go back. Now both the sides, both the soldiers were very, very sad, because they were enjoying so much, but ultimately they had to fight each other because they were enemies, they were not friends, but they had just come up to celebrate the Christmas together. It was very, very unusual, and this is the incident which Jim McPherson had written to his wife. The troops on both the sides were very sad to return. They wished each other well and they hoped that the war would come to an end soon and they will be able to be reunited with their families. And even after the soldiers returned to their camps, they cheered each other by singing Christmas carols. Now Jim ends the letter with a promise. I told you that Jim had written the letter about the Christmas celebration, and he writes the letter to Mrs. Connie McPherson, to his wife, and then in that he makes a promise to his wife that he would, when the war would come to an end, he would definitely return back home to his wife on Christmas. Now having finished reading the letter, the narrator thought that it was his duty to return the letter to the rightful owner. And who is the rightful owner? Mrs. Connie, who is the wife of Jim McPherson. But how the letter reached there, we do not know, because he had found it in a drawer. So now he decides to go to her house to return back the letter to her. He had bought the desk from a junk shop. So when he opened the drawer, he saw the secret drawer, and he opened it and he saw the letter, and on that box, and the sellotape, with sellotape, the note was written. And now when he opened it, he saw that there was an envelope, on that address was also there. So he thought of going to meet Mrs. McPherson. When he reaches there, he sees that the house is totally burnt. Now do you remember, children, I told you that the roll top desk had burn marks on it, and it was also spoiled due to water. Maybe the house of Jim McPherson and Connie McPherson had caught fire, and maybe in that Connie McPherson was also injured and she was taken to the nursing home because the neighbors told that she was in Burlington nursing home. So now the narrator thinks of going to the nursing home. So he goes to meet her, and when he reaches the nursing home, he comes to know that the Mrs. McPherson doesn't have any visitors. Nobody comes to meet her, and the matron takes her to meet takes the narrator to meet Connie McPherson, and he sees that she is sitting on a wheelchair, and she is about 101 years old. Now the narrator carried with him the small tin box and handed it to Mrs. Jim McPherson. Sorry, to Mrs. Connie McPherson. Jim McPherson is no more, and Mrs. McPherson, on seeing the box, looked up at the stranger because she is 101 years old, children, and perhaps she is not having a good memory. But she recognizes the letter and she assumes that Jim had come back to her because Jim had promised that he would come back on Christmas Eve. And now she was thinking that this narrator was her husband. She remembered the promise Jim had made years ago of returning back, and when she saw the narrator, she thought that he is Jim. But was he Jim? No, he was the narrator, and she was just assuming him to be Jim. So now she sees the letter and she is very happy, and she thinks that it is the best Christmas present in the world for her because her husband has returned back from war. That is why the name of the chapter has been given, the best Christmas present in the world. So children, now you go through this chapter, underline the difficult meanings. I will be sending you the notes of this chapter and you have to write it down and learn it as well. Okay children, bye. Thank you.